All right, everybody, we're back with number three with Jason, Tim, 24 Slayton. Um, so now we've went through the, the family, the in, the out, or now we're getting out now. So as you were transitioning, I guess, or thinking about how, like going to school and trying to get out, what do you think? Like, what was your like? How was it?
Um,
And was it a problem? Like, was there like pushback or?
um, yeah, of course. Well, so the thing is this, right? I didn't get out of the shoe until 2016, right?
Mhm.
But Nana died in like 2008.
Yeah.
So all that time I was like doing a little bit of positive things and schooling and stuff, things of that nature, and just kind of like really just reevaluating things. And I was kind of like slowly stepping back from things as I could. And, um, but I got, no, no, it's not that I got lucky, but I, I mean, really, I got blessed, when my now wife,
Hmm.
she started writing me when I was in the shoe
Yeah.
uh, in 2013.
How'd that
And
happen?
I was on a website called writeaprisoner.com, and she found me and she wrote to me, and it was just like really awesome,
I
you
thought
know?
I thought I thought that you meant like it was your Sally's friend. So
No,
okay, this is the story I got. That your Sally, one of your Sallys, that was his girlfriend's friend. She went with them to go meet him. And
no,
then like she seen you or whatever, you seen each other, whatever, and then she asked who you were, and then
no, that's not true.
so it's like a real love story.
No,
There's like this is like what's it called, a Lifetime movie.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It is.
there's
I
like one of those
mean,
movies.
it's a miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I say for sure. It's like, she started writing me, just as a friend at first, and I mean, I had a lot of friends and girls throughout the years that wrote me, and a couple that came and saw me, and you know, even one from just the childhood that she stayed in contact with me throughout all the time, but she was just like really a friend, and but with Darlene, that's my wife's name, it was just different, you know. She was somebody that I could just like really talk to and kind of like just be honest with her and tell her the truth about things. And she was just very intelligent and very caring and loving. And
And Granny
yeah,
liked her. That's a big one.
yes, exactly. And so I mean, of course, like I, I fell in love with her, early on. Like I just knew she was special. And like her her love for me really was like another catalyst that like propelled my change even forward, because like she accepted me for who I was. And it was like, I know I'm this ugly, person, mean, like, like I'm just somebody that's I didn't have a good impression of myself, like I was I, I had like a low kind of self-worth about myself, and so the fact that she could just love me for who I was and accept me, like it just really gave me hope, it gave me motivation, it gave me something to look forward to. And so I kind of like really just started committing myself even further to do something different, and then I got lucky with, they did a mass hunger strike, like everybody kind of, um, came together and did this together as a means of like protesting the shoe,
Hmm.
solitary confinement and all that. And it lasted for like 30 days, 28 days, I believe it was. And, um, a couple people even died. And I lost like, I want to say like it was like 28 pounds or something. I'm not that little of a guy, but I was like down to like 159, you know, and so it led eventually towards like a court settlement where they let everybody that was validated out of the shoe as long as you didn't have any like pending incidents or like 115s is what they call it, so I got out of the shoe in 2016 and I just kind of committed myself to like, I'm gonna do something different with my life. So when I got out there, I just told the guys like, hey, I'm still here, but like I'm trying to do something different, like I want to go home. And luckily, the guy that was there in charge on that yard, he was an understanding guy, and he was just like, hey, don't trip, do you, like, um, I remember he told me like I got like 1,000 guys on this yard that'll do whatever I want, you know, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
He's like, if you want to do something positive with your life, he's like, more power to you. He's like, I wish there was more people like you. And so that just kind of gave me the even further motivation, because now I was like, all right, I got the okay, I'm good, like, um, and so I just kind of now I dove into that full force. Um, I was just like running all these groups, like facilitating everything, AA, NA, anger management, domestic violence, Gogi, just anything that I could get my hands on, like I was trying to learn and grow. And on top of that, do things that were gonna make me look good in front of the board members, to show them that hey, I really am putting in the work. And on top of that, I had a girlfriend now who loved me, somebody that's coming to visit me all the time and, um, helping motivate me even further. And on top of that, like, um, I really reconnected with God, and for me, that's was like really a big thing where it helped me to like put my trust and my all in Him. And not worry about what was going on around me, and not worry about like how I'm gonna be perceived or how um, like the way things are gonna play out. Just trust that he got me and he's gonna lead me in the right direction. And I even became like a deacon in the church there, and I was even a part of the choir that they had there. Like something I never thought I'd see myself doing. And but it was cool. Like it was something that was really fun. Like just having we were making music and like but like legit music, original stuff.
Yeah.
Like I had a guy making beats with this old keyboard, and he had to layer it one by one by one,
Yeah.
and if he messed it up, he had to start all over. And so, but we're singing and rapping and doing all kinds of stuff, and it was cool. Like that was a really good memory because I remember it's a level 4, and like we got everybody in the church
Yeah.
like coming and listen to our music, and I mean as soon as the music was over, they would all leave,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was still cool though, it was something that I had a lot of fun doing and discovered that I enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
so I mean, I was just continuing down that path, just pursuing my education, pursuing God, pursuing this freedom, because now I'm actually hearing about people that are going home. It was like a reality now,
Yeah.
like you're hearing these stories. Like I didn't see nobody firsthand because, I'm still on level 4 and not a lot of people go home from there, but I'm hearing stories from people, and luckily this law was passed, SB 260 and then the 261, which I applied to me because I was a juvenile offender, and meaning that they had to now when they go to board, they got to look at you as that, like a juvenile, like um, your brain is not fully developed when you make these horrible choices, and but you still have the potential to grow and mature and change, and so they got to the language that they use is that they have to give that great weight, and so they could no longer just deny you like based on whatever, like just their own biases or whatever, or their belief that hey, you haven't changed, or I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, you still gotta show them that you're a different person, but they can't just, deny you on a whim anymore, especially if you were a juvenile. And so finally, after all this time, I'm doing good, and I end up going to a level 3 in 2018 for the first time after all this
Yeah.
time, and uh, like it's just like it was crazy because I remember when I got there, like I see guys on the yard walking barefoot and like like I don't know, it is just like a whole nother world. Like
So you were on level 4 the whole time?
yeah, level 4 in the shoe. So it's just like I was just like, wow, this is crazy, And then they have this whole building that was just designed for like people, like young people, youth offenders, and um, people that are like really trying to, change. And So that gave me motivation, but at the same time, um, the guy there running that yard, he wasn't like of the same belief, you
Yeah.
know? So, when I got there, I told him, like, hey, this is me, but hey, like, I'm trying to go home. Um,
So
I could tell that he didn't like that.
so they figure you're in, and then you start doing your thing, and that's it. That's it. You're in prison. Even if you're gonna go home, you still do your thing to stay in prison. That's their kind of mentality. Their mentality.
Yeah, it's just that, hey, like, li- like I said, a term that they use a lot is like, hey, you knew what you signed up for,
Hmm.
you know? And so it's just like, but at the same time, what I started telling people later when I was facilitating groups and stuff is like, how are you gonna hold me accountable for a decision I made when I was 13, 14,
Yeah.
15? Some people are like 10, 9 when they join the gang, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, and now I gotta uphold your beliefs and your morals for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what the hell I was signing up for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so, but yeah, that's kind of the belief, It's just like, hey, you know what you signed up for. Like, you're in this, and so, but it's weird because depending from what yard to what yard you go to, the culture can be totally different
Yeah.
depending on who's running it, you know? And so, like I said, I got there and I could tell that that guy didn't care for it.
Yeah.
Like it was different because people knew me and they knew who I was, and so they had this same expectation. And there wasn't a lot of people there that were still about that life and still trying to keep pushing that. And so he wanted people that he needed people really
Yeah.
to help him keep, pushing that line. And so, at the same time, they don't want somebody that doesn't want to be there, doesn't want that. But, it doesn't mean that they don't hold grudges because, hey, they do.
Yeah.
And so, like, it was okay and things were okay, but like, I was just having little run ins with him and the guys and, that were with him and whatever. And like, and so, eventually, like I lost my cool. I lost my cool with somebody because they he was like trying to test me,
Yeah.
and I could feel it, I could see it, and he's some young guy, and in my mind, I'm just like who are you talking to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you some young kid that ain't never been nowhere, never done nothing, and like I've been there, done that, like, and you're trying to come at me like I'm some chump, and so I just lost it, and I just came at him all sideways and got in his face and made him feel bad about himself, and you know, like basically made him feel like a punk because I just basically called his bluff, and um, he didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
So what he did was he went and told,
Yeah.
and so
Wasn't that worse? Shouldn't that be worse? That now it.
no, because he's not telling the cops, he's just telling the guys in charge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then, and then a couple days later, um, I went out to the hospital, and I came back and walking, and all of a sudden I hear somebody call my name, and as I'm turning around, all of a sudden I just get hit, you know, and at the time I'm thinking they're just hitting me, like punching me, but I didn't realize it that they were stabbing me,
Hmm.
and I got stabbed a few times, and they actually stabbed me in my face like 3 times, and a few times in the body, but I fought back. I fought back, of course, and I mean, they never even actually got me to the ground, until the end.
Yeah.
I was, um, but yeah, they hurt me though. They got me. And um, so I end up going to the hole and all that, and when I'm in the hole, it's like everybody's just kind of like ignoring me, like they got me on the shine and whatever, and I'm just like sitting there in my cell, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, like, what am I doing? And I just kind of felt like all this, like everything I've done, and this is how you treat me?
Yeah.
Like, not only do you guys stab me, but you stab me in the face. Like, that's like something that was always just for like people that were straight, like garbage, like in prisoners' eyes, like people that snitched or people that were, child molesters or things like that. And it just made me feel like, wow, like I'm really just disposable.
Yeah.
Like, even after everything I've done for you guys and the cause, and all this work that I put in, and like this is what it all has got me in the end. And so it was just at that point where I was just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good with this. Like, if you can treat me like this, then like you got no loyalty to me. Why am I still holding on this loyalty to you? You know?
Yeah.
And so that's when I was just like, I'm good with this, and just kind of walked away from it. And it was it was hard. It was hard because I dedicated my entire life to this pretty much, my whole adult life. And it was just kind of like admitting to myself essentially that um kind of like that my entire life was like a lie.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like that everything I had done up to that point was just kind of worthless. It was all for nothing really.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, I knew that if I really wanted to go home, like this is what I needed to do, like just. And so after that, I just kind of never looked back, it was just like now I can just dedicate myself to everything, to positive stuff, and just really trying to transform my life and not have to worry about anything else, any holes or ties or anything that I don't want, and it was just like a blessing, really, even though it took such a drastic uh, lesson for me to really learn.
Yeah.
Um, the end result is that I'm here, you know, I'm here, I'm home, and now I get to do all the things that I never thought I was going to be able to, and you know, hang out with the people I love, and live the rest of my life free, and just just really try to like make amends, for everything that I've done in my past. Really just try to be of service. Um, that's what I'm out here trying to do every day now, kind of working in like the re-entry field, trying to help people that are getting out, help them navigate everything, and kind of diving into that even further, doing different trainings um, and so that's kind of what I want to do with the rest of my life,
Yeah.
work in that field, just be of service, help people, whatever way I can, and it's it's pretty awesome,
Yeah.
I can't lie, it hasn't been all sunshines and roses,
Yeah.
since I've been out. It's been hard. It's been very hard in some areas with dealing with all the emotions that I never really dealt with
Yeah.
my entire life. Like um, that I wasn't really allowed to. I didn't give myself that opportunity, and that just wasn't really the way of the world back then. Um, but just I remember like dealing with people just like being really sad or even really happy.
Yeah.
It was just like foreign to me. It was just like it made me uncomfortable. And it even does still too, to an extent. I'm getting better at it, but the truth is that it's probably gonna take me a little bit of time to finally be really comfortable with that area. And then, I'm married now, and
Yeah.
so I have a wife, and she's amazing, and I love her to death. But it's not always easy,
Yeah.
because bringing we're bringing both of our lives together after just being independent for so many years, and having to come together as one, and that's not always easy either. Even with the simplest things of just,
No. Yeah. I know.
just space and time, and who's gonna make dinner, or
Yeah.
um, just dealing with each other's different issues, and on top of that, like there's a lot of like expectations when you get out of like people want to see you and they want to spend time with you, and and if you don't, if you can't or you don't, then it's like, you people feelings get hurt. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, that's been kind of difficult too. But I'm dealing, I've been out a year now, a little over a year, hoping to get off parole any day now. And um, I'm not ashamed to admit it, I'm in therapy, and
Yeah.
I do individual therapy, I do couples therapy, and I also go to CR, which is called Celebrate Recovery through the church. It's kind of like basically a, a Christ-based 12 step.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's been very helpful for me, um, just to continue on with my recovery and, just continue to work on myself and try to just bring myself to a level where I want to be at, just for me, for my satisfaction, for my happiness, for my marriage, for the people that I care about. I want to be able to express things to them, or how I really feel, and be able to open up and, be honest, and, um, tell them how much I love them and care about them, because the truth is like, uh, we don't know how much time we got left.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's kind of a vision that I have for my future, is to be that man that I feel like God is calling me to be. And um, I'm about to start uh, my higher education in the fall, trying to get my bachelor's degree. I'll be going to Cal State, San Bernardino. I actually did get, before I got out, I got 4 AA degrees while I was still inside, because I continued to pursue my education, and so that was an accomplishment that, pretty proud of.
Yeah.
And so just that's where I'm at now.
It's good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I mean, you're doing what you're doing. You changed. You're becoming a better person.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've become a better person. Like I've already, like, if you could have seen me, not too long ago, I was not a very good person.
Yeah.
Like, I was pretty hateful. I was pretty mean and violent, and on top of that, I was using drugs, like, because all that time when I was in there, I was, not the whole time, but until 2006, um, I was still getting high and, using, selling drugs, doing all that. And so that just kind of kept me in that negative, cycle and mind frame. Um, but I've been clean since then, since 2006, and so that's something that I'm proud of. I didn't start, you know, I
Yeah.
didn't get clean for the right reasons, um, but you know, it was still a blessing, and now I'm really doing it for the right reasons, you know, like just kind of working my recovery and understanding why. And so that has really helped me as well.
That's good. It's pretty inspirational that you did what you did, and then you turned your life around positive and keep going positive, and it'll be good.
Yeah,
I think you're gonna make it.
I think so.
That's good. All right then. Well, that was a good talk. I enjoyed it. Hope everybody else enjoyed it.
Yeah,
And then, like I said, I have a friend that she's starting something, so maybe she can get you on to help do some counseling or talking to some other people
that would be awesome.
and make it better. All right. Thanks a lot, nephew.
All right,
And we'll talk again. We'll check up on you, see how you're doing and your progression to becoming who you want to be.
for sure.
All right. So everybody, thanks a lot for listening. 24 Slayton, Tim, Jason. Like and subscribe again. We're on all platforms, YouTube and iHeart, Spotify, whatever you have. I'm there. Or we're there. So thanks a lot. We're out.